What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Machiavelli, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. Um, you guys have been showing me a lot of love lately. You know, that really means a lot because that actually means that you guys actually understood what I was explaining in my most recent Sadhguru videos. You know, and I really appreciate it, man. Right now we at 113 subscribers and supporters. So thank you guys, man. I really appreciate it. It's only gonna go up from here. Um but yeah, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Sadhguru shares the secret to live a joyful life. So without further ado, man, let's get it.
So if life around you will never happen 100% the way you want it, and it should not. Unless you're
It's
living with
impossible.
machines, life will not happen and even those machines will freak on you,
Yeah.
isn't it? And the machines troubling you every day for something or the other, they do. So, outside will never happen 100% the way you want it. If your pleasantness is dependent upon what happens around you, the chances of you being pleasant all the time is remote, isn't it? In the very nature of things, it's not possible. Only if you are able to create a distance between this and that, it is possible in the sense, whenever things don't work, there is a habit in lots of people, they will look up, Upperwala. There are no large issues in your life. What is the large issue that you're talking about? It is just about what job to take, which girl to marry. These are not large issues, these are little things in your life.
I'm going to make a bold statement and say that doing a TEDx talk is going to be the most transformative and uplifting experience.
Yes. Oh, is it just a small thing whom I get married to? I'm not saying it's a small thing, but as an issue, it's a small issue, little issue. So what I am asking you is, what happens within you? Who should determine how it should happen? Happiness is not just a state of mind, it is just the basis of the quality of life that you live here, isn't it? Is it such a small thing, happiness? Oh, it's just a state of mind. Is it a small thing? It's the biggest issue, isn't it?
Do you want to live a happy life? Well, everybody wants to live a happy life, but few people want to live a joyful life. As Sadhguru says, when you attach your happiness to the outside parameters, you enter a different world of unfulfilled expectations.
Yep. Yep.
Is it possible?
Don't ever sit up there and think, yeah. I think a lot of us have very high expectations as far as how things should go, how things should work out. And then when it doesn't, we're just like, oh God, I hate life. I hate everything. I'm unhappy. I'm disappointed. Setting our standards too high, bro. As human beings, I feel like in that realm, we just never learn. We don't.
To live a happy life? Or should you focus on a joyful life instead? Sadhguru gives away his thoughts on how to live a joyful life.
Good evening, sir. I happened to listen to a lecture of yours that talked about joy and happiness. You talked that joy depends on oneself, whereas happiness depends on others. I tried a little while to practice it, but what I found was that I was not able to sustain those small moments of joy. I could experience joy when I was completely into it, very passionate about what to do, but somehow when an external person or say some external entity recognizes what I do, the joy is just out of my life. So how do you sustain those moments of joy and not succumb to these pleasures of happiness? If you could, it would be nice if you can share the difference between joy and happiness to this crowd too.
Oh, yeah.
See, right now, if I tell you, or if you're not me, let's say your dean tells you, from tomorrow all of you what kind of clothes you should wear, immediately there'll be protests in the college. If your dean goes further and says everybody must eat only 4 idlis in the morning, if your dean tells you everybody should get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, let's say he put 10 different rules like this, physical things to do, you will think he is trying to convert you into slaves and you will shout and scream for your freedom, isn't it? But look at yourself and see, right now, somebody else, if they determine what should happen around you, you feel like a slave. But right now, somebody else is determining what should happen within you. Is this not slavery? Somebody can decide whether you're happy or unhappy. Is this not slavery? Somebody can decide whether you will be a pleasant human being or an unpleasant human being. Is this not slavery? What happens within you, somebody else determines. This is the worst form of slavery, isn't it?
That was powerful. That was powerful, bro. But that kind of, I feel like that kind of ties into one of my Sadhguru videos that I reacted to recently. Like, I think it was the one that had to do with you know, somebody you meeting somebody, or I think it was like the couples one. The couples one that I did where I was talking about how, or actually he was talking about how, you know, you're having all these high expectations and expecting somebody, your significant other, to make you happy, or expecting a woman or a man to make you happy. Yeah, that is kind of slavery in a way. I never even thought about it like that. Like, you know, for somebody to have control over you or how you feel, or, you know, whether if it's a woman or a man or something materialistic, or, you know, yeah, that is kind of, that that is powerful. I never even thought about it like that. We always say a job is slavery, or like think about it. Like, we always say a job that we don't like, or that's too hard or too physical. That's slavery, right? But it's not slavery when your crush has a certain hold on your emotions. Like, he or she, like, let's say you guys get into a crush, right? Man or woman, don't matter. And you're texting, you're calling this person. The communication is great for like the first few days, right? And then let's say about a week or so go by, or 2 weeks go by. Now all of a sudden the communication is starting to die down. So you, being a person that was so happy that, you know, you got this person's phone number and now you're excited. Now you're not excited no more, because that person has that slave and control over you and over your emotions. So now it makes you feel like, damn, I need to blow this person up. I need to keep texting and keep calling. Well, no, not at all. That's crazy.
Human being.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
so if you are struggling to make money right now, maybe you lost your
Dude,
job, maybe you lost a ton of money in crypto.
I've never seen so
you
many
don't
ads in my
know where
life.
your
Word, what is inward? This one thing you're sure, isn't it? This is inward, this is outward. This is the only privilege you have. What is outward, what is inward, this is all you know. Just in case someday if you get enlightened, you will lose that also. Yes, that's what happened to me. Now I don't know which is inward, which is outward. which is me, which is not me. That's why I'm all over the world. Because I don't know whether this is me or that is me. Can you see me right now, all of you? Can you see me? Just point out where I am. Use your hands and point out. Can you see me? Oh, you got it wrong. You know I'm a mystic. You're getting it completely wrong. Now, this light is falling upon me, reflecting, going through your lenses, inverted image in your retina. You know the whole story, right? Where do you see me right now? Within yourself. Where have you seen the whole world? Within yourself. Have you ever experienced anything outside of yourself? Everything that ever happened to you, darkness and light happened within you, pain and pleasure happened within you, joy and misery happened within you. Have you ever experienced anything outside of yourself? No. So what I am asking you is, what happens within you? Who should determine how it should happen? What happens within you? Who should determine how this should happen? Somebody else?
That's what I was just about to
Definitely
say.
you should determine what should happen
Right.
within this, isn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely yourself.
So if you determine what's happening within this, your whole experience of life will be determined by you, nobody else but you, isn't it? The events around you may not be determined by you, but how your experience of life is on this planet is 100% determined by you if you take charge of this. If you leave it loose, just about anybody will determine it.
That part.
Not consciously, they also like you by accident.
In another seminar, a participant asked tricky questions to Sadhguru on how to remain happy and joyful in his life regardless of what happens.
Ooh.
Sadhguru gives interesting replies to the question. Have a look.
What is the large issue that you're talking about? It is just about what job to take, which girl to marry,
That about covers it.
where to go for vacation.
Yeah, once again, like I say, bro, some of these that we think are problems in our life, when really they're not really problems, they're either minor setbacks or you're just stressing about something that's not even worth stressing about. And that's what's so crazy about now and today. Like, if you think about it, and this is for anybody who's young or whose parents are still living or whose grandparents are still living or aunts and uncles still living, right? Ask them. Like, the things that us younger generations, the thing that we stress about and like, oh my God, I didn't get followers on Instagram because of this, or I didn't like, dude, there's people out here who have nowhere to live, no car, like literally just no life, like literally sleeping in somebody's doorway in front of their store or whatever, you know? So the things that we think are problems are not even really problems. They're not problems at all. You're making it a problem. Like, it's crazy because I actually feel like people like that actually make things a problem. You know? Like, literally, you have people, like, literally stressing off of where to go on vacation. All around the world is beautiful, if you ask me. Even though I never... But there's not one country that you could tell me that, that's ugly. Like, you got people that stress about that. You got people that stress about stuff that's pointless to even stress about. That's probably why I see quite a few young people with gray hairs more than others. Like, what are you stressing about? You're not even 40 and you got gray hairs already. People just let anything stress them out. People overthink everything. And if it's not that they overthought something, then it's the fact that, you know, what could potentially be this, man, yeah. It's crazy.
whether to get married or not get married, you know? These are the things, isn't it? These are not large issues, these are all little things in your life. Yes. Oh, is it just a small thing whom I get married to? I'm not saying it's a small thing, but as an issue, it's a small issue, little
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
As a consequence to your life, yes, it has many things. But this is something that human beings have done for millions of years. We have enough experience on these things.
Wait, stop. Don't skip this video because
Nah,
I got great
I'm
news for
gonna
you
skip
and
it,
your
buddy.
hair. If you are tired of losing…
Nope.
For a person who is constantly creating inner battles all the time, how will he deal with the bondages of life and how will he transcend that? There's no question. It doesn't arise in your life. So first thing is working towards to be a blissful human being. If that happens, the rest becomes very simple. Because a blissful human being, once your happiness is not at stake, anything that's needed you will do, isn't it? Right now you cannot do what's needed because always your happiness is at stake. We know that whatever job we take, whoever we marry, it is just the way we make out of it. Every experience of life, you can make it an enriching experience. Every experience in your life, you can make a that you do, everything that you do is the wrong thing. So that's the only issue you have to look at. Others are all petty things. What does it matter which way you do it?
These are some precious thoughts of Sadhguru on how to remain joyful and happy. Which part did you…
It's kind of like that thing of, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but I've heard it quite a few times. It's like a quote or whatever. It's like damned if you, or a saying rather, damned if you do, damned if you don't, pretty much. Like, hey, if it happens, cool. If it don't happen, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not something to stress about and beat yourself up over, you know? But, you know, everything, I feel like everything is, like he made like a valid point in pretty much in all those areas. Cause it's like, if you have had like a, let's say you're at work and you got fired. Bad news, like you might take it as, damn, I got fired. I lost my job. That's the bad part of it. But in all actuality, the good side of it may be find something better, or this job wasn't for me, But it's all up to the individual to, reciprocate. Like, okay, it doesn't have to, this may be the messed up side, and this may be how 99.9% of the population will look at me. But, the 1% will say, hey, well, maybe that job wasn't for you, So with everything that we think is bad, is actually a good side to everything. So there is no, believe it or not, bro, I never thought I'd be saying this, but there really is no wrong or right way to do things. Because like I say, damned if you do, damned if you don't. There is no right and left,
You like the most? Tell us in the comments section. What types of Sadhguru content would you like to see next? Give us your valuable suggestions. Thanks for watching.
Love it, bruh. Love it. Yeah, I learned something from this video, bro. Because that was something to be honest with you guys, that was something I wasn't doing. Like, something bad happens, the first thing I do is be like, damn, why did that happen? Damn, why did this happen? But, it all depends on how you spin it. It all depends on how you look at it. If you look at it messed up, yeah, of course you're going to be miserable about it, for sure. But if you take that and just be like, you know what? I learned something from this, and this was the good side of it. Or this was the positive side of it. So if you guys like this video, man, give it a fat thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. Machiavelli Gang, we up out of here, man. I love you guys, man. You guys have a blessed one and a safe one. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.